Hello everyone. Today I want to show you how to change the password by user himself. Normally, a company in Active Directory has set up the policy which the password will be expired after 90 days by default, but you can change it to after let's say after 6 months or 42 days. But if the password is expired, normally if user works in remote site, they could not change the password because their computer is not on the network with the Active Directory. But user still needs to access some applications like email or VPN. Then user needs to change the password. So this time I want to show you how to change the password for the users in Active Directory. So there's other options. If user has the company has Office 365, they can set up the self password reset through the Office 365. But for companies that don't have Office 365, they want to change the password by user himself. So this is the way we can do this. So normally I have a domain controller. So in the domain controller, we go to the 4.4, but I see this 4.20 is better than the latest version because the latest version gets some error message. So I just download the 4.20. So if I go there, I just go to So I suggest we download the 4.20. You can just search and download the 4.20. So for me, I just download the 4.20 and then I put it in the download to the folder, downloads folder. You see this 4.20, and then I extract the the zip file to a folder, and then I copy the folder to this C drive. Just before that I use 4.24, but I find some issues, then I use 4.20. So this in this folder is all 4.20. The very important thing when we the first thing we need to set up is to install the .NET 3.1, and also in the IIS we needed to create a application pool. This one is also in the in the website. Just create this one. This one will go to the if we go to settings. So this is just the settings for the application pool. And then the very important thing we need to do is the one I show you is in here, C drive. In this folder, this one is application settings. So the full name is, if I show this extension, so it's app settings.json. This is like a configuration file. So we need to do some configuration. So if we open it, so we want to change the username. Default is UPN, but we want to change the same account name. So not European. This one will change from European to SAM. And also we want to change the default domain to the domain name. The full name for the domain is 2016.local. And also the restrict groups, before it shows the the domain admins and this a few things. So I just show you the difference. If I go to download and then go to this folder, I just open this one. This is the original file. When we download the uh, passcode 420, you see this restriction groups is administrators, domain admins, enterprise admins. I just empty this one, so that's empty. And also this identity ID type for user is European. I changed to same account. And then the domain name, default the domain name is is empty. I just put my domain name in, and the address is the same. We don't change the address. So after that, we need to, if we go to the follow the instructions, we need to create a website. We go to this not this one. We go to this the application server. So because this is the application server, we wanted to point the it's not a domain controller, so we want to point the host name to the domain controller. I show you. So it's there. Go up. So if I go to this folder, the C drive folder, in this C drive, this folder, we'll go open this file, and then just SAM account will change from European to SAM, and then we set the LDP host name to the domain controller name, just the domain controller, because my server is the application server is Win2016, but this one is the domain controller. We need to point to the domain controller and use the ADAP port 389 and set up the default domain 2016.local. And then if I in the IIS, we need to create a website from this folder we put in the C drive. This website, if you click Explorer, so it's put into this folder. So we create a website and use the application port which we created here. So once this is done, we also set up the bindings. We need to bind into the certificate because use HTTPS is for security. If you click edit, we bind into this host name vpn.ccq2020.com.au, and I use the 8443. So this is setup. Now if I go to the domain controller, for example, I go there. Domain controller, I just go to Active Directory and then I create a user. Let's see, I put a test pass2 and then click next. I put a password in and it says user must change password next logon. This is simulate what the user password expires. So just click next, click finish. So I create this new user now. So let's see what happens if I go to this website. I go to this website and then I put the username in. And put the password, old password, put the new password. So after I click change password button, so it says you have changed the password successfully. So just click OK. So this one, through this way we can change the password. So if user wants, for example, if user works in remote office, we want user to access. This means user needs to access this website through internet. Then we need to set up a firewall rule to NAT rule to map the public IP address to this internal server IP address and allow this port 8443 to traffic in. Then user can access this website from internet and then change the password by himself. Yeah, that's all I show you today. Thank you.